So today I am with one of my besties. This is Kate, everybody. I will link all of her socials down below. And we're together today because we are going to watch Wednesday on Netflix and we're super excited about it. So today we're going to eat some goodies, watch Wednesday, and then we're going to have a chat while we crochet about it and give you our first impressions. Yeah. So without much further ado, let's get viewing. All right, excellent. Let's go. Let's start it. Play. All right, let's have a look. Oh, okay. So she has visions?
Do you know it was like a superpower thing?
No. Okay, so
Okay, so definitely a reinterpretation
Yeah.
rather than...
they're adding more actual supernatural powers and stuff. They didn't have that before. It was just a witch, I guess. He's not Gomez.
They screwed up. Like, we knew this was happening, but...
Oh, there's no chemistry between them.
None.
None.
Just relax it. Have to watch this like I've never seen.
Yep. Yep. Yes.
Anything.
Yes, it's its own thing.
Because it's not making sense. It's going in the edit, right?
No. Not going. Okay, let's start this by saying it's going to be full spoilers. If you don't want spoilers for the show, don't watch. But if you're tuning in because they've hooked you with the Addams family, no, it's a bait and switch. It's not. Yeah, the main character's name is Wednesday and it has her aesthetic. And yeah, she's similar to the Wednesday character, but the rest, it's
No.
not. This is like supernatural with a teenage goth as a lead.
Yeah, it's a murder mystery
Yeah.
with supernatural, like strong
supernatural overtones.
I had
yeah.
no idea they were going to be superpowers.
Yeah, that was a shock. First of all, yeah, she's a seer, so she has powers, and then you're like, okay, what's the rest of the world like? There's werewolves, there's vampires, there's sirens, and it's just like, and they're all in the weirdo school. But I'm like, do the normies know that they exist? Still don't know that, do we?
Yeah, and it's like that's the thing. So yes, it's the weirdo school, and yet she's still the weird one, which I guess is like that's the concept. But it's not working.
No.
And her parents weren't. Okay, so forget everything you know from the Addams family. We're long-time fans, and
Yep.
it's not accurate at all. It's kind of offensive.
Yeah,
Really?
to call them the Adamses.
To call them the
They're not the
Adamses.
Adamses at all.
No.
Yeah, so instantly, okay, Gomez and Morticia don't work for us.
No,
The
no
casting,
chemistry.
the casting is off. There's no chemistry between them, and that's their biggest shtick, is that they've got that raw
Yeah.
primal attraction. Not
They're
there.
just kind of creepy and sleazy rather than like
Yeah,
hot and
Morticia is a
sexy.
straight up a bitch.
Straight up bitch.
Horrible mum.
Gaslighting mom. Like,
Yeah.
just bad.
So that was horrible, and they've given Wednesday a mummy issues. So Wednesday has mummy issues, and I'm like, what?
Yeah.
There is no like loyalty within the Addams family. They are not there for each other. They do not support each other, and I'm like, that's the biggest thing about the Addamses is their family, and they've got each other's backs.
Yeah, full support. And there was no support here.
There's a
Just the
horrible,
opposite.
horrible scene where an animal is
Yeah.
killed. Okay, so I have
Intentionally.
intentionally.
Bad.
I have a thing with that. There's also Wednesday is like bullied, and her family doesn't come for vengeance on her behalf. And I'm like, if you hurt an Addams, you're going to pay. But no, it's like, oh well, you just got hurt. And okay, there's also, she's a master fencer, which you would assume she got from her father, but so far I don't really buy him being a master fencer. And then she's got martial arts skills, which they said comes from Uncle Fester. Uncle Fester was in a prison. So we haven't met Uncle Fester yet.
No, I haven't met him yet. I'm a little worried as to what that's going to be like because it's really easy to mess up Fester.
And then at first we thought that had given her 3 male love interests. And I'm like, what is this?
Yeah.
But one is a red herring. But still, there are definitely 2 male love interests. So it's a goddamn love triangle coming up. Like, absolutely.
It's just like it's really quite. From a storytelling point of view, it's really contrived. Like you are told exactly what to think about every single character.
Yeah.
The whole way through. Will I watch the rest of the season?
Yes.
100%. Because that's what I'm like.
Yeah.
I'll see something through. And because it's Jenna Ortega.
Yeah.
She's doing a great job.
Oh, amazing. Yeah.
This
Character.
character. It's just this character isn't quite
Wednesday. It's her own flavour.
Yeah.
But the whole, like I said, I think you're better off going into this not going, oh, I'm watching Addams Family.
Yeah.
Just, I wish,
That's
like I
massive
said,
disappointment.
why couldn't, and I know they've done it because they wanted to hook the fan base that already exists. But I don't like that sort of thing. It's like, make up your own show with a goth, sarcastic, morbid teen as your lead. And
We all would have watched it anyway.
just calling it the Addams Family.
Yeah. There's really all of the good stuff from the Addams Family.
Yeah, it's not there.
It's just not there.
But there's also, the 2 love interests. You've got the starving artist, very, what's the word for
We
it?
do love a tortured artist.
Tortured artist, that's it. And look, straight away, Kate and I are like, oh, he's got Oliver Thaskin's vibes, Jonathan Rhys vibes. And look, teen us would have been like, oh my gosh, stars in our eyes. Yeah. So yeah, as well as for Wednesday, because Jenny's also gorgeous. So they're fantastic. Totally would ship them. Then you've got the other love interest who's the sheriff's son, and he's a normie.
But it's just weird. It's kind of like she's using him because she needs him to run away, which is what she does.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just like, that's what I mean. Like, it all feels contrived.
Yeah. Yeah, it's all just set up. It's a lot of tropes that are in there as well. You've got, so she's not with Pugsley, they're separated. So she's only
Pugsley
with
was cute.
He was adorable.
I did like him. He was a sweet little
sweetie.
brother.
But she's got they've done Grumpy Sunshine with her and her roommate. Her roommate is all rainbows and popular. She's not even popular, is she? She doesn't hang out with any of the kids.
She's quite independent and strong, and so she's a good match for Wednesday because she does stand up to her, whereas no one else does.
Yeah. But they sort of seem to be both loners, and they might be finding themselves in a found family situation. Like I said, there's 2 male love interests. I'm like, okay.
Pretty standard, bitchy, popular girl.
Yep. That whole trope, Mean Girls, they're sirens in this case. Like I said, we don't know if the normies are aware that these people are supernatural beings or not. So I don't know if that's just accepted, that if they're all mixed together, or if they're hiding that they're, supernatural.
Because not everyone's just like, out and proud with whatever their specific power is.
Yeah.
And they all stick very clicky.
They're all clicky, stick to their sort of own kind. But there's extras. There's a guy with snakes on his head, like a Medusa. So they haven't said what all the beings are, what all the magic is. So it's very like, okay, how does this all work? We don't know yet. The principal, which is Gwendolyn Christie, Don't know what her deal is. She's definitely supernatural. We are getting the vibe that she maybe had a thing with Morticia.
Yeah.
That's the vibe I'm getting. There is history there, and I believe there might be some romantic history, even if it's unrequited. It's just from one side. But that's the vibe.
I'm all here for this modern interpretation of Morticia to be gay, and maybe that's why she's a total bitch.
Yeah.
Because she's been repressing all of that in herself. But it's not the Morticia Addams that we knew and loved as a kid.
No, she's, like I said, horrible to Wednesday, and I don't like it. I didn't like that. Christina Ricci's character, great.
Yeah, she's really cool.
She's awesome. I want to get to know more about her. So she's very peppy and friendly, but she also, like, she picked the Black Dahlia for Wednesday, which is very fitting, and she was feeding worms to her Venus flytrap plant. So I don't think it's all...
Yeah, she's really accepting, and she seems like that one good teacher.
Yeah, that's very nurturing.
That's nurturing and acts as a role model for kids with bad parents.
Yeah, so it's like very much Wednesday gets visions of people's like impending deaths, and sometimes she wants to intervene, sometimes she does not. But it seems to be like there's always going to be like there's some other background plot going on, some secret society or something, and she's obviously wants to discover it. She's a novelist in this.
I did like that she was saved by a monster. I don't know where that's going. That's obviously...
I have a feeling that monster might be someone that she knows.
I feel like that too.
I got the vibe. Like, does this monster know her?
Yeah, they had like an eye connection thing. There was definitely something going on there. Wasn't a huge fan of the monster design.
Oh, it was so
weird.
badly
it was like
done.
Kind of
cartoonish.
Like an alien, kind of like a cockroach, kind of like a werewolf. Like, it was weird.
Yeah.
I don't know what that was.
What was it? It was weird, but it was like cartoonish.
Yeah.
But it wasn't terrifying. It just looked like what the fuck
It was
is
a
that?
Tim Burton character. Like, it had huge eyes.
Big eyes and spindly legs.
Spindly legs. Like,
Was it purple and blue? Like, I felt like it was like brightly coloured.
like furry in some bits.
Yeah. Oh, and there's all this thing like, oh, Gomez is a murderer, and so she's obviously probably going to try and like uncover that, and what's her mother hiding. So it's sort of like this distrust with her own family too, and I just feel like, just the whole, I just don't like any connection to the Addamses. So Kate and I both said that we're just going to pretend that it's not the Addams family, and try and just go into it thinking it's just some other random supernatural show. They just happen to have the same names, because otherwise we're just going to get infuriated by like how horrible Morticia is to a kid. And
it was too difficult to watch it and even try to get into the show because of how inaccurate it was and how much it did a disservice to the memory of the Addams family.
Yeah. The music's good. I like the music
good.
choices.
The painted black on cello was really nice.
Yeah, that was really nice. It's just, we don't know where it's going. Like, I don't know where it's going because it's just, like I said, it's its own thing. I've got no clue, and I don't know anything about this world. And we're not really given like much, like I said, backstory. Like, we're not told like what's the rules here. So
yeah, that was the thing. So it's got this like fantastical supernatural element to it, but it didn't tell you any of those rules. And we know from fantasy, one of the most important things is that you need to know the world.
Yeah.
And there just wasn't enough of that.
You just dunked in there and just try and figure it out yourself. So it's a bit odd. And like everyone straight away just calls her a weirdo. Everybody. And I'm like, man, in this day and age, just because of her like goth aesthetic, no one's just going to be like, oh, you weirdo, hey freak.
It wasn't even that gothy. Like she had black hair in plaits and then like a black dress on.
So like that's what I mean. Like she didn't have makeup on. It's just like,
as someone who lives most of their life in black.
I know. And people are like freak, and I'm like, what? What are you talking about, Willis? So that just seemed unrealistic. Literally everywhere she goes, someone's yelling out freak or weirdo or kook. And like there's a little play like, oh, I think you're kooky. She's like, I think I'm spooky. And I'm like, okay, but let's stop referencing it now. Let's stop referencing. She was mean to Thing.
Yeah.
I didn't like that. That made me so uneasy. Like she literally threatens to torture Thing, and it's not in like
she tortures Pugsley and she tortures bullies. Like
that's her thing.
That's what she does.
Yeah, but like the way she was doing it with Thing felt like, oh, you know what I mean? Like with Pugsley, it's like sibling rivalry, but with this it felt malicious.
Energy was weird.
I didn't like it. So I
totally fine dunking piranhas in a pool of bullies. That's okay. Yeah. Do that.
Yeah, but like this too, the whole thing is like Morticia forcing her to attend school and
Yeah.
not giving a shit. I'm
So
like,
creepy. Even telling her to like make sure to fit in because
Yeah.
this is like her last chance. It was so weird.
no one in the family will shelter you if you try to run away. It was
Yeah.
just
And
what?
Gomez was missing the entire time. There's zero parenting from him.
Nothing. He was just all like, oh, shocked faces in the background, and I'm just like, what? Where's the pride? Like when they said some stuff about what she did, he was acting like he was like shocked and appalled, and like Gomez would be like,
Yeah.
that's my daughter, you know, and I'm like, where's that Gomez? Where's that one? He's not here. So it's mixed. Like it's just, and it's only mixed because they're based on the Addams.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it'd be like, oh, this is a cute teenager show.
Yeah, I would still have issue with the weird gaslighting parents,
Yeah.
especially because it looks like they're going to make Wednesday like accept and understand her parents. So depending on how they do that, it might be
how they go with
alright.
this stuff.
But otherwise, and the therapist was weird.
Yeah, that
Wednesday
was
in
bizarre.
therapy was not. Yeah.
That's what I mean. It's a bit predictable in that case of like where it's
Yeah.
going.
See, in those ways, it feels like a kid show.
Yes.
But
Yeah,
then
so
in
it's-
the
yeah.
showing the broken neck.
Yeah, so it's very weird. At times I'm like, oh, is this PG? Like legit feels like a PG show. And I thought, oh,
Yeah.
my 11-year-old could watch this. And then all of a sudden, gruesome murder scene, guy getting eviscerated. So I'm like, who's your audience? It's teenagers then? It's not like I don't
Yeah.
think it's not adults because it is a bit childish, even though I watch children's shows. But it's like they're going
it
for
feels
teens.
like teens.
But she also feels very young. Like the boys are clearly 17, 18.
Yeah, but I don't even like the teenagers that I know. This would be a little bit too kiddish for them.
Yeah, I was
It's
just going
not
to say
cool
the same
enough
thing.
for
It's
them.
not Euphoria. It's not like...
Yeah,
So I don't know who it's
So-
for. Tweens?
I think it probably
Tweens.
would be aimed at the like 11 up
Yeah,
range.
11 to 14 year
It's
olds.
just maybe they missed it slightly on
I don't know.
the gratuitous.
Like, Wednesday feels very young. I will say that.
Yeah, she feels young. She feels younger than her peers.
Than the peers in the school. I was like, she feels like literally she's aged younger.
It's just something about.
Something about the characters. She just feels
It
young
might
to
be
me.
that she feels immature. It's kind of her approach to things, like how she's all like disdain for technology.
Oh, that's another
But
thing,
it's
yeah.
like it's arrogant.
They
more
made her a
than-
Luddite. Like, she's just
Yeah.
like, no technology, I'm not going to be a slave to it. I'm like, Wednesday would want to know everything. She'd want to be good at everything. You're telling me that she's going around in the tech
And
world
she
and doesn't know how to
loves
use stuff.
technology. Like the reason why she understands machines and can use machines
Yes.
is because
She's pretty much an engineer.
that's where her brain goes. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. She's an engineer.
So it makes no
So
sense. She'd be against
It was
technology.
just
Like, okay,
it didn't
against social
read
media.
correctly.
That's one thing. We're like,
Yeah.
not social media. Okay.
Sure, that's
I
fine.
think she'd be on Reddit. There's some, you know what I mean? Like I said, like I don't think that
There's
she
some
would.
pretty spooky forums on Reddit.
Yeah, there's some dark stuff, but I don't think she would be anti-tech.
Hmm.
So that was a bit odd.
As a show, yeah, it's good and fine as long as you're not reading it like an Addams Family.
Yeah, just forget the Addams
Yes.
Family angle, and just it's like a supernatural meets the Descendants. It's sort of got that mix of like Disney-esque, but then grotesque. Like it's
Yeah, and really not sure where the age range sits.
no, I'm not sure what the target audience is with this one. I'm a bit confused, but it is just the first episode.
Yeah.
So we'll see how it goes. Overall, yeah, I'm going to continue watching it. Yeah, we're going to continue watching it.
Yep.
Just like I said, I'm just going to remove myself from the fact it's supposed to be Addams's, because that's the biggest thing. It's just also like the fact that there's so much turmoil within their family, and that's not something that I associate with the Addamses, and I especially don't associate Morticia with being a crappy mum.
No.
Especially like Wednesday, because she's always proud. They're proud of their children. They accept their
Yeah.
children for who they
And
are.
happy that they're their own people.
Yeah, and they're not trying to force, in this show though, they're trying to force them to be different, and that's what sucked. As soon as I saw that stuff, I'm like, what's happening?
I'm tempted to re-watch the first episode
Yeah,
without thinking of it like it's an Adam show.
yeah,
And
Yeah.
see
see it
what I
again.
get.
Yeah, because it was so much different. There was just so, I remember just going, what?
It was
what?
jarring.
What? Everything, yeah. First of all, like, not only the relationship dynamics, but then the inclusion of powers, but then the inclusion of like supernatural creatures, and then she's an investigator trying to, like, all the different things that are not common in the Addams Family story. I'm like, what is this show? Like I said, trying to understand what are the rules, like what is going on.
Yeah.
So
It crossed the line from just being about like kooky, spooky
got
weirdos
families, yeah.
into a whole nother territory.
Yeah. We still don't know a lot about the school. We don't know. She sort of established friendships, but not really. Like I said, there are 2 love interests too. I don't know. I even saw sometimes Wednesday as just not interested in romantic relationships at all.
Yeah, that felt fine. And the kind of balance that they struck in Adam's family values, I was good with that. That was about as far as I was willing to take it. Because she does read as a kid still.
Yeah, even in this one, she still reads as a kid.
I felt a bit weird.
I don't know how I feel with her like making out with I don't know. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. For a first episode, it's decent. I like I said, the music choices are really cool. The cinematography was pretty good. What did you think about that?
Yeah, it was okay. It was pretty bland, really. Like the production design was really pretty, and that was good. But again, there's so much room for improvement. Like Morticia's dress is just like plain black. It's just like plain black velvet. So it just
costume design could have been better. I agree with that. Actually, they could have gone more. They could have gone more out there as well with some of the more eccentric, characters. Definitely, because now that you think about it, I didn't really notice a lot of people's outfits.
Yeah, I mean, Tortured Artist wore a trench coat, so that tracks.
It was so half-hat straight away. I'm like, I've literally seen Robert Pattinson wear that exact. I'm like, is that who they're going? He's like the new Edward Cullen.
They totally are.
Yeah,
they're going down.
Yeah, but I need to say, like, justice for Nero.
Yes.
Justice for Nero, please.
I'd wear that t-shirt.
Yep.
Like that could have been a really great inciting incident for her childhood where like sure she was fine not killing people, and then that happens and suddenly she clicks in.
That would be cool if she does turn out to be an actual homicidal maniac. She's always wanted to be.
Yeah.
Like, is she actually going to take a life? I don't think so. I don't think they're going to have her take anyone's life.
I don't think so. It's too aged down.
I was confused a lot in this. Like, what is happening?
Safe to say it leaves a lot of room open for the thing that you've suggested and that I definitely want to see, where it's Christina Ricci playing Wednesday grown up.
Oh, love that. Yeah, let's make that happen.
That would be amazing.
Adult Wednesday Addams, a show for adult Wednesday Addams.
Yes.
It's Christina
Where
Ricci.
she can be a homicidal maniac.
Yeah, she can be. Maybe who does she choose as her murder victims and why?
Yes, I would. That's fascinating. I would watch that. I would watch every minute.
So let's do that. Netflix, make it happen. But but that's our thoughts on it today. But yeah, I was supposed to like crochet during it, but I just
I have my knitting.
Yeah, you could. Yes, Kate was doing it. Kate can knit and watch. I can't.
It was so loud though. I'm not used to hearing my knitting, but because I normally knit and watch TV alone, and so it's just really aware of the clack 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 clack.
That's all good. But yeah, I hope you're having a great day wherever you are, and Kate and I bid you adieu. See you later.